Hi guys, good evening all of you. Hope all of you can hear me. Anyone guys, can you please confirm is I'm audible guys? Hello? Right. Okay. Okay guys. Yes, please. So yeah guys, this is Vamsi. I was a trainer for various technologies. I was mostly into the data science, data analytics, machine learning, AI, generative AI. These are my complete specialization guys. So this session, whatever the session you are currently attending, so this is mainly our training program is on Power BI. So so you are here to learn about Power BI. So even as part of my data science and expertise, I also was expertise in this particular tool called as an Power BI tool. So nowadays, almost all everyone knows about what is Power BI. So being it is my first introduction session, so I'm not going to start more into the implementation. Just I'm going to give you an overall idea about like what is Power BI, what we are going to learn in our Power BI this training program. I'm going to just give you a little bit idea about those the basic implementation. I'm going to give you a little bit idea about this, guys. So coming to the Power BI, so Power BI is one of the a data visualization software, right? So maybe you already heard about that. So it is a data visualization software, guys. So what is a data visualization software can do? A data visualization software from Microsoft. It was developed by Microsoft, guys. So Microsoft developed this Power BI tool. So it is a data visualization software from Microsoft. So what is this data visualization software can do, guys? A data visualization software is nothing but which can convert our raw data, whatever the raw data was there, the raw data can be converted into some kind of an visual it can convert. It can convert them into a kind of an visuals, guys. It can convert them into which is going to be a kind of an visuals it can convert with that. So raw data can be converted into a kind of an which is going to be a visual format they can convert them. That is what exactly the idea about this, the data visualizations. So why should I convert? What is the main reason why we have to convert this data into a kind of an visuals? We have to convert them. So because you know that data, whenever we see a raw data is there, for example, some kind of a raw data I'm giving there. For example, just a small data. I'm not giving even any complex data also. Like for example, month, what is going to be something like an what is the quantity sold? For example, take some company, maybe something like a Dell or something like this. So in a month of each and every month, how much quantity of the laptops they have been sold? They want to do some analysis. Like for example, January, for example, 2,314 products they have been sold. In the month of February, 3,480. In the month of, for example, March, for example, it is going to be 4,200. Something like this, guys. In the month of April, so there is some data was there. Like that, we have the data up to, which is going to be what we can say about the up to December, we are having the data was there. Up to which is going to be December, we want to maintain some data is there. This is what exactly we want to maintain them. So it's very small data. It's not any complex data also. It is a very small data with a very basic information only. So 12 months data was there. So I want to know like in which month we have the highest sales is there or in which month we are having the least sales is there. We have to identify that. So that is what we want to do in guys. So I want to identify some kind of an in which month we are having the highest, which is going to be the sales was there, which month we are having the least sales is there. We have to identify that. So to do this, what basically we have to do, we have to read all these values and then we have to find out like which month is having the highest sales. But if you convert this data into a kind of an visual format, if I convert this into visual format, so how the visual is going to looks like this. For example, this is Jan. Example I'm writing, which is going to be somewhere around some value of 2314. In the month of February, let us say that this is going to be the sales. Slightly the sales was increased. In the month of March, the sales was slightly it was increased. In the month of, for example, April, so the sales was decreased. Let us say that in the month of May, again sales was increased. Again in the month of some other month, again the sales has been decreased. Something like this. So like this, all the 12 months data was there, February, March, April, etc. So by looking at this visual, which month has generated the highest revenue? You need not to. Yes, it is a first class. It is a first class. Just I started with the introduction of Power BI. Okay, it is just a first class because I just started with the introduction, like why we have to learn what is Power BI. I'm just starting with the introduction about that. Okay, fine. Now see that. It's going to be nothing but Jan, February, March, April, something like May, something we have the data was there. So see there, for example, from this data, which month having the highest sales means we have to read all these 10 values. At 12 values we have to read, and after reading all the 12 values, what we have to do is we have to identify which month is having the highest sales, which month is having the least sales. We have to analyze the data there. But whenever the data was given in a visual format, even if you observe carefully, even if you don't know the values also, even if you are not aware about what are the values also, easily we can find out. So you can see March is having the highest sales is there. Maybe June is going to be having the least sales is there, according to this particular data what we have it. So you can see March is having the highest sale. Even you don't know the values. You need not to know the values. You need not to read the values. Just March is having the highest sales and June is going to be having the least sales, what we can see with the data there. So which month is having the next highest sales is there? I think February is having the next highest sales. Next is May we have. Next one is January. Next one is April. Next one is June. Even if you don't know the values also, just by looking at the visual, we can understand it. So the main objective of converting the raw data into visuals, why we have to use this data visualization software? To convert our raw data into visual format, because using visuals, we can do some analysis, interpretation can be done. We can do very easy interpretation. So easy understanding of data or easy interpretation of data, we can do that. And based on that particular interpretation, we can take some kind of an business decisions can be gets taken there. We can take some kind of an business decisions, we can take it. So for easy understanding the data and to help or to support our business decisions, we need to convert the raw data into a kind of a visual format. So what are the different visuals we can do is, the visuals we can do is going to be, so with the help of some kind of a data visualization software, we can perform this kind of a conversions, what we can do that. That is what we can understand about the data visualization softwares. So that is the need of data visualization, guys. That is the basic objective of why we require a data visualization, what we have to work with that. Now, what are the different ways how we can do this data visualization? What are the different ways we can do this data visualizations? So data visualization can be done basically in two different ways, guys. The data visualization, how can you, if you want to do the data visualization, what are the different ways we can have a data visualization? It can be done in two ways, guys. One is with the help of by coding. That means you have to write some kind of an code and all these things we have to write it. So with the help of some kind of an coding, we can do it. So with the help of coding means obviously we have to use some language. Which language we have to use? Some languages like Python, or by using some languages like R, you can do some kind of a visualizations. Yes, we can do that. We can do it with the help of some kind of an, what we can do is with the help of a data visualizations and all these things, we have to perform that. Okay. So that is what exactly we can do, which is going to be some kind of an application, what we have to do with that. So how to perform this? So with the help of some kind of an coding, but only thing is if you want to do with the help of the coding, what we have to do? Obviously a kind of an which is going to be some expertise is required. So need some expertise, right? So you need some expertise on something like in Python or R, some languages is going to be required. And apart from that, it is also going to be a time consuming. So it is going to be consume some kind of a time because we have to write some code and all these things, what we have to do with that. Isn't it? So that is what basically we have to work on this particular, the mainly if you go for a coding part. There is an another way is also there, guys. There is another way is there. What is the other way to which is going to be do this? It is going to be something with the help of something like an with the help of GUI. GUI means without writing any coding, you can do that. Simple by drag and drop. You don't require any kind of an coding is not required. A simple which is going to be a drag and drop, what we can do that. Simple drag and drop. So by simple, without writing any coding and all these things, with a simple drag and drop, we can do that. Drag and drop, what we can do with this. That means whenever I said it is going to be drag and drop, so no need of any expertise. So no need of any prerequisites. We don't require any kind of an prerequisites. I don't say that you require some knowledge of Python or you require some knowledge of SQL. Nothing is going to be gets required there. It's going to be no need of which is going to be prerequisites. And second thing is going to be nothing but what we can see is apart from that, what is going to be very less time. Within a very short time, you can create it because it is a simple drag and drop. You don't require any kind of an programmatical skills. No prerequisites are required. Directly within a very short time and less time, you can create some kind of a GUI base. With the help of GUI base, we can do that. That is what we can say about the, you can use about that. That is the basic objective of how we have to work with. Like what are the examples we are having? We are having the tools like which is going to be something like what we can see. So this is going to be nothing but what we have to do is, which is going to be the one what we have to work on. This is going to be, so it's going to be examples are going to be like, you know, that it's going to be Power BI. And apart from that, we also have something called as an Tableau. So these are going to be some of the tools what we are having as Power BI, Tableau, or we have something called as an ClickSense, which is going to be something like what we have to work with that. Okay. So this is the way how we have to work with, which is going to be the one what we have to work with that. Okay. So our GUI base, for example, our Power BI is basically, which is going to be something like what we can see is, just a minute. So that is going to be what we have to work on that. So our Power BI is a, which is something called as a data visualization software, which is going to be a GUI based. That is what we have to work with that. So that is the main reason why we prefer to learn some data visualization tools like either Power BI or a Tableau or ClickSense. These are the some of the tools what we require it. So that is the one what we can say about that. So it is a completely GUI based data visualization software. So with the help of simple drag and drop only, we can perform that, which is going to be drag and drop. Completely with the help of drag and drop only, you can do the data visualization. No skills are required. No prerequisites are there. Directly anyone can learn this Power BI with the help of some basic computer skills that are going to be required. So nowadays, after learning, that means if you learn the Power BI, there are different types of roles are there which requires these data visualization skills. For example, if you want to become, so after learning this data visualization or Power BI, what are the different roles you can get the jobs? For example, if you want to become a report developer, so you can become a, which is going to be a report developer. With the help of this particular data visualization knowledge, if you want, you can become a report developer. Main responsibility of report developer is to create the reports. Even not only that, nowadays there are so many different types of roles are there. Like if you want to become a data analyst, then also you require a data visualization skill is required. But for a data analyst, you require SQL, plus you require some little bit of Python, you require a little bit of Excel, and apart from that, little bit of a visualization skills are also required. So only Power BI, if you learn only Power BI, you can become a report developer. But if you want to become some kind of an visualizations, if you want to become a data analyst, you should know SQL, you should know Python, you should know Excel, you should know the visualizations. And third is going to be if you also want to become a data engineer. So even for a data engineer also we require them. So for a data engineer, SQL is required. Some kind of an Python is required. And apart from that, some data of big data is going to be required. Plus, along with that, we also require some kind of an cloud. These are all going to be gets required with the data engineering. And after that, if you want to become even a data science experts, even the data science experts also is nowadays they require some basic data visualization. Actually, I was a data science expert. So I works mostly on the data science, but because a data science expert also requires some knowledge of which is going to be all this Power BI and all these things are going to be gets required there. So that is the reason I was able to deliver the training program on this particular application there. Just give me a second. Okay. So let's continue, guys. Let's go for the implementation. Okay, so the next one is going to be something like what we can say about the as part of this application. You can say as a data science expert also, they require some knowledge of this particular so-called as this concept of which is going to be data visualization. So once you get some knowledge about this particular data visualization, you can apply for various different types of roles like report developers, data analyst, data engineering, data science expert. Like that, there are multiple roles are going to be available there. With the help of these particular roles, we can just go for and we can apply for different roles. So that is the main importance of learning this data visualization skills are there. So with the help of any Tableau, Power BI, or something like an ClickSense, any kind of with any kind of a tool, you can learn it. And that is going to be just a small introduction regarding this Power BI. Okay. So just being it is my first session, I'm not going more details into that. So just I given some small introduction like what is Power BI. So once again, Power BI is a data visualization software from Microsoft. So mainly helps you to convert the data into a kind of a visual format. So how can you convert them? So with the help of some kind of two ways are there. One is either with the help of a GUI based or either with the help of a coding based. So coding means you should be knowing about some languages like Python or something like that you require. And whenever it comes to which is going to be the GUI based, we are having Power BI, Tableau or something like that. We have the option is there. So based on that only, we can convert our data into some kind of a visual format. Why should I convert it? To convert this into a data visualization format, why should I convert it? For easy interpretation of data, we can take the help of this particular data visualization skills are required, right? So that is our main objective of understanding and why we have to learn this particular a data visualization software like Python or something like this. It is required. Okay. So today is my first introduction. So that's why I'm not taking more into that. So I'm not taking more discussion on that. Just a small introduction about that. I think just a half an hour of time, not more than that I have taken. So this is just a small introduction about that. So I'll give you a little bit more details about our course and all these things in the tomorrow's class. We'll continue with that. Okay. So 2 or 3 demo classes will be there, just basic to understand some basic introductions. I'll take them. And after that, we'll start with our regular classes. We are going to start with that. Okay. So if we have any questions, I can just clarify your questions and we can end up the session for today. And then tomorrow we can take which is going to be the next discussions. We can continue from the tomorrow's class, right? So if we have any questions, so do you have any questions? I think only one you have joined, Sweetie, I think so, your name. So any questions if you have? Sweetie, any questions? Okay, then just for today, we'll stop it here. We'll continue in the tomorrow's class, Sweetie.